What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we are back in Destiny 2 for another weekly reset, and of course it is July 21st, so this week first up we've got the reintroduction of Grandmaster Nightfalls for the season. We'll touch on that, the reward changes, modifiers, and a bit of what to expect in general, but then we'll also round up the Arrivals content for the week. We'll return to the Cradle on Io, of course a new weekly mission. We'll also cover any quests and unexpected stuff for the week. But additionally, we'll do the roundup for our activities, vendors, and everything worth knowing in Destiny 2 for the rest of this week. So if you guys enjoyed the content, then feel free to turn on notifications, or get subscribed if you're new to the channel for all things related to Destiny. But now, let's get into the video. First up, as we sign in for the week right here, it doesn't appear that we have anything immediately kind of unexpected. We should point out though, that the Contact Public event appears to have moved from Titan back to Io, so we're probably going to see both areas on each destination, and then it will rotate to the other location. However, as always, we do have the weekly quest for Means to an End, and this gives us access to the Interference mission, so we can pick this one up from the Prismatic Recaster, and we'll have to see exactly what that mission has in store for us this week. We have seen one duplicate mission, I believe, where we didn't get any new dialogue or anything like that. But of course we know that there are some secrets kind of hidden in there, so could be potentially interesting. And that'll start out by containing the darkness in the Contact Public event. I'll keep you posted on anything that happens that's particularly interesting, but for the weekly bounties we do have the Tri-Barrel Enforcer to get kinetic, energy, and power weapon defeats, and we can see there are a series of different kills that we need right there for the first weekly bounty. But then we also have Send It, to earn points by defeating combatants and guardians with scout and sniper rifles, and of course sniper rifles and precision final blows with either weapon will grant the most efficient progress. That'll get us our Twisted Energy, and otherwise don't forget that of course we do have our Pinnacle gear as a reward for that, and from the Prophecy Dungeon this week. And so for the moment that kind of wraps up the Arrivals content, at least for this reset. But before we talk about any more of the content specifically in the game, let's jump in and take a quick look at the Eververse store for the week. So as always, we've got a bunch of silver stuff featured, but then we've got the front page Bright Dust section, so we've got the Coppertone Pantina shader, as well as the Tetrahedron projection, and then we've got the Adonis Blue Sparrow and the Sour Taste emote. But for the main Bright Dust page, we've got the embodiment of the War Beast for the Doomfang Pauldron, right there for the Titans at least. Of course, we do get different ones for each class. But then we've got the Quality Cut Ship, the Fluid Dance emote, and the Pumping Up emote. And then we've got the class item for the Titan at least, and the Machinist's Trove, Tractor Cannon ornament, which I believe you can get via Twitch Prime, if you're a member of that, with the Destiny rewards this month. So might save you a bit of Bright Dust if you're thinking about picking it up and you already have Twitch Prime. But otherwise we've got the Sterling Arbor projection and the Tiger effects, as well as the Past Unearthed transmat effect and the AI Com Rasputin transmat effect. And then we got the Temperature Wash, Safety First, Descendant Vex Chrome, and Vanguard Magnus Gloss shaders. Of course, Moments of Triumph continues for the season. Really good opportunity to pick up some of the old raid armor, of course the title and everything like that. But also this week, we have the arrival of Grandmaster Nightfalls, so these are back for Season 11, and before we touch on this week's run, bear in mind that Bungie have changed up a couple of things. So primarily for the rewards, they've increased Masterwork material drops for Grandmasters in general. Drop chances for exotic items have been increased at Platinum, Gold, and Silver, and a completion at Platinum will guarantee 1 Ascendant Shard, with a small chance at 1 additional shard dropping, and then 4 Enhancement Prisms, with a moderate chance of a couple of additional ones dropping. For Gold completions, it guarantees 2 Enhancement Prisms, and you get a moderate additional chance at 2 more drop-in, but finally for Silver, they also now have a small chance at dropping 2 Enhancement Prisms, so there are at least a few reward updates for the mode right there, and it hopefully will improve incentive for some players, so let us know what you think. But since this is launching again for the season, we should mention the updated Conqueror Seal. So you can still earn it this season, but you need to complete the new list of strikes in the current season. And Destiny Item Manager has a lovely drop down with all of the new strikes this time around, so we can see the Corrupted, as well as Savathun's Song, Lake of Shadows, Strange Terrain, the Festering Core, and A Garden World are all featured strikes for this season. And once again, completing all of them in the current season gives you the chance for the second time to acquire the Conqueror title if you haven't got it. And for that first Grandmaster Ordeal, we can see, of course, that the power level is 1100 right there, and you've got to be at least 1075 to actually get into the activity. And then for the modifiers, we've got Epitaph, where taking combatants generate Blight when defeated. We've also got Champions Unstoppable and Overload. And then we've got Chaff, where radar is disabled. Grandmaster modifiers, of course, where Join in Progress is disabled, as well as Champions Mob, Locks Loadout, Match Game, and Extra Shields. And then we've got Extinguish, and if your fire team falls in a restricted zone, everyone goes back to orbit. Also, limited revives, and Sadia's Durance, where arc damage is increased, and knockback damage and distance are also increased. So, yeah, gonna be a kinda ridiculous one. And if you are jumping into that, then I wish you the best of luck. But otherwise, for quite a few folks, I imagine, this is something that will be more targetable potentially later in the season. Quick mention of our standard Nightfalls though, we have the Lake of Shadows. This can drop the Malicious Birthright. We also have the Strange Terrain, and you can get the Braytech Osprey randomly when you kill that boss. And finally, the Festering Core. To our other activities though, we do have pinnacle drops on the moon. Of course, we have the Pit of Heresy dungeon, as well as the Garden of Salvation, and this week's challenge mode is going to be a link to the chain. But in addition, we do have the Nightmare Hunt, so we've got Anguish, as well as Servitude and Pride featured this week. For Leviathan Raid Lair Prestige mode, we do have modifiers of Arsenal and then Arms Master, requiring a kinetic auto rifle, an energy auto rifle, and anything in the power slot. But jumping into the Crucible, we do have Team Scorched and Lockdown as the featured modes this week, and then of course Trials will come back on Friday. And for Menagerie, if you are interested, we've got Solar Singe, Grounded, and Brawler for modifiers in the normal mode, and then Heroic gets Extinguish, Match Game, Attrition, and Arc Singe. When it comes to Reckoning this week, the bosses will be the Swords, so Lonesome, Nightwatch, Soul Survivor, Last Man Standing, and Just In Case will be the featured weapon drops. In the Escalation Protocol though, Norabath the Crest of Zol is the boss for this week, so when you take them down you have random chances at the shotgun, but you can also collect the 2.0 EP armor as well. And then if you are still completing content in the Dreaming City, this week's Ascendant Challenge is going to be the Shattered Ruins, accessed via the Spine of Keres. If you want the location and gameplay for the Ascendant Challenge this week, if you are still completing any Forsaken content, then that will run out at the end of the video. But otherwise for now guys, that is everything we have to talk about in the main reset this week, and I will keep you posted with any additional bits of news. Of course, we've got a bit of a longer wait now until the release of Beyond Light, which is kind of unfortunate, but hopefully there will be plenty of reveals and things like that to speak about over the summer. So stay tuned here on the channel, but if you have enjoyed this video, a rating really helps me out down below. Let us know if you're going to jump into the Nightfalls or anything this week, or any other plans that you have for the game over the next few days, but otherwise, I appreciate you tuning in as always, and for now, whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.
Guardian down.